Hello, this is Nick Inc., your instructional designer. I wanted to share a quick video with you acting as an overview of how to use the new accessibility tool UDOIT. This will act as a broad introduction to how UDOIT works and how it can help with accessibility in your courses. Right away, I will say that the functionality of UDOIT is similar to the previous Blackboard Ally tool. Most of the differences are in the layout and the structure of the tool. If you view UDOIT as similar to Ally, then all you have to get used to are the small changes in where everything is and where you need to go. To access UDOIT, you first need to find it in the course navigation bar on your course. This should appear automatically, but if it does not, then you can go to Settings, and then in Navigation, enable UDOIT to appear. The first time you access UDOIT for a course, you will have to scan the course to check all items for accessibility. Likewise, you will have to rescan the course if any new files are uploaded or Canvas items made to make sure that UDOIT sees them and can check them. It is a good idea to scan the course each time you enter UDOIT just to refresh the course in case of any changes. Like Ally, UDOIT immediately offers a home page that notes the total accessibility score for the course, the option to tackle items that are the most or least impactful, and an overview of the course issues. The goal is to fix the issues presented to increase the accessibility score. The higher it is, the more accessible the course. If possible, try to reach 85% to start, and then slowly work to fix and remove issues until the number is as high as possible. 100% may not be doable, but getting this up to the high 90s is a good goal. Besides the high or low impact items, a good way to start is to chunk the work by focusing on specific parts of the course. Another way to do this is to focus on either of the two main sections of UDOIT, UFixIt and Review Course Files. The main focus of this video will be these two tabs and what you can do with them. The UFixIt tab centers on Canvas-built items like pages, assignments, discussions, and anything else that uses the Rich Content Editor field in Canvas. All accessibility issues found in these items will be reflected here. When looking at this page, you will be given the status of the issue, the title of the item in Canvas, what type of item it is, such as a page, an overview of the issue, and then an option to review. While you can start at the top of this list and move down, it is easier to chunk items and focus on smaller groups to work on. This can be done with the filter, where you can specifically choose to only look at certain content types, issues, or other parameters. With this, I could decide to only look at pages, then visual issues, and then color. Be aware that your filter options can stick in UDOIT and so limit your viewing. You can always undo the filters by deleting them from the top of the page. Once you have your items to work on, you will click Review on the right of the item to open the Review and Remediation window. This acts similarly to the preview option in Ally, though a little more limited. You will be told an overview of the accessibility issue, where it is found, and where you can open the page itself to see the issue, and a small area to fix the issue. Usually, Canvas accessibility problems can be fixed in this window, or you can open the original item and fix it there. In this case, the issue is with color contrast, and so I would need to make the light yellow text darker to contrast with the white background. I can do this by choosing a new color, which will be marked as good if the ratio box turns green. I can then apply this to similar issues, and then select Save to make the change permanent. If the fix made is not sufficient, then clicking Save will not work, and you will be told to fix the issue again. Do note the manual resolution option underneath the Save button. When chosen, you can manually check the issue as closed, where it will be counted as fixed and the accessibility score improved. Only use this on items which need manual checking, like captions and videos, or issues that you purposely want to keep, like purposely bad color contrast used as an example. It is possible to use this for your entire course and manually remove all issues, which is not a good option and will not address the problems of accessibility in your course. You should fix everything as you need to per the rules of accessibility to make sure your course is working properly. Overall, to fix Canvas issues in UFixit, you would just go down the list and solve or edit all issues until none are left, or only those left you cannot or do not need to fix. This does not need to be done in one sitting and can be broken up into several sessions. You can go through the same process in the Review Course Files tab, which checks all files uploaded to the course. The main page is very much the same as UFixit, noting the name of the file, when it was last updated, the issues that need to be taken care of, if alternate formats have been made, and the review option. Like in UFixit, you can use the filter option to restrict by file type, issue, or other options to make the process easier. Overall, checking files in UDOIT is similar to how Ally operated. When you click Review on a file, you will be told the issues alongside information on what they mean, and then the option to replace the file. Like in Ally, files cannot be fixed in Canvas, and instead the original file must be corrected and then re-uploaded by selecting the Replace File with an Uploaded File option. Once done, the new file will be used and the issue will be cleared. Note that, like in UFixit, an option to count an item as reviewed is present. This should only be used if you fixed and re-uploaded a file outside of the UDOIT space, so that the system checks this as done. Do not use this to count issues as solved that have not been fixed by you in some way. It is possible to also replace files with automatically tagged PDFs or convert them into Canvas pages to use instead. This option will be covered in a future video, as there are both pros and cons to this. As with UFixit, you would then want to move through the files and fix each in turn until all issues are resolved. Again, this does not need to be done in one sitting and can be broken up into multiple sessions. Do note that changes made or items fixed in UDOIT may not immediately be reflected in the accessibility score. Sometimes these might take time, or you may have to scan the course again for the new score to take. Be patient in case this happens, and direct any issues you experience to IT. There are two big deficiencies with UDOIT that you should be aware of. First, it will not check documents or files for color contrast, meaning that color contrast issues in images, Word, or PDF files will not be marked. These issues will need to be checked beforehand by using the accessibility checkers built into Office, Adobe, or by using online color contrast tools. Second, UDOIT will not check PowerPoint files for remediation. This is a large oversight, as PowerPoints are common as lecture materials. To overcome this, you should either use the built-in accessibility checker in PowerPoint, or send your PowerPoints to Titan Accessible for them to work on. Keep these two issues in mind, as while UDOIT can be a powerful tool in some areas, it does have its issues. I hope this video lecture helps you to structure your own online courses and gives you the tools to do so. If you have any questions or need help, please email me and I'd be glad to assist. Thank you, and I will see you in the next video.